G'day guys. Yeah, back in the factory. It's been a while. Had a big break. I think my last one that I did from Dave Long Custom Lures was around Christmas time, I think. But anyway, we're back into it. I have had a good break for various reasons, and look forward to getting back to doing a few more of these for you. I'm going freshwater again. You could probably go saltwater with this too, this pattern. It's a new pattern, it's brand new, and the reason I'm doing it is that someone said to me in another country town, he said, have you got anything with blue on it? And I said, well, yeah, but not for fresh water. So anyway, I come up with this. I had a look at a couple of lures that are on the market with the cheap paint jobs, and I come up with this one. This is nothing fantastic in the way of artwork, but it seems to tick all the boxes for a bit of bling and that colour tone anyway. I'll just go through what we're going to do. I'll show you the lure. It's not, this one's done on a wart, which is, let's have a look. I'll get specific today. That is a 75 mil, which is in that funny term inches, it's about 3 inches. So it's a wart, and I enjoyed doing it. It was good. It just brought back a few memories of the old days. So we're going to do that in a little John, like that fella there. So we'll do that, and let's take that off. We don't need that on. Yeah, so that's the pattern. It's a little bit unique. I've put a few extra little things on it. A red tail, underneath the tail's red, and a few dots on the side, as we'll do today. But that's the beast, and now I'll show you the materials I'll be using. First of all, the paint. What I've done with this little John, I've actually done a lot of prep work. I've put on the mandatory undercoat primer. That's what I use. Seems to work well with these paints, and I can get that readily available. Okay, so I use that, and then I put down on this lure a wicked white, which is, what number's that? That's, where are we? Where's the numbers we moved? It's got, okay. Oh, 0001. So it's 0001 wicked white. And for the scales, and I'll use my own little scale mesh. That's the baby there, that's just fly screen. Okay, I use that. I'll show you how to put that on. And so I use the wicked metallic silver for the bling, and it's 0351 wicked. And then for the blue, I will be putting down Laguna Blue. Well, I haven't used this colour yet with showing you guys. But that's 0013. I don't mind this colour, it's not a bad colour. I used to use it a lot, but not so much now. And then I've got a detail black, which is 0051. Okay, and then for the red I use another wicked colour. Wicked red is 0005. They're all 60ml quantities. Of course I'm using the reducer. I always use this, 4011. Look, it does cost a bit of money, but I like to have a good finish and a good quality paint job, because when I put the 2-pack epoxy on, which is brilliant, that one there I use quite readily, been trying it out, it's very good. It sets hard and durable, so with any of those toothy critters, they won't scratch it up and ding it up much. But I make sure I use that, but I want to make sure there's a good paint job underneath it. Well, the best I can do anyway. Okay, so next step with all this, I'm going to show you some, also some stencils. I use this one here, that's my juvenile bass stencil. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, that's what I go over the top of the scales with. And for the dots, I've got this stencil. This is from Whitmore Farm, and I use the dots on the side here. These aren't bad stencils. They seem to give you a lot of extra, which is good. As this one here, I think this was, well, I can't remember who made this one. It'll come to me later on. But anyway, yeah, so that's what we'll use. And of course this one, so this is what we're going to put on now. This is what we're going to use for our silver. So we're up the stage for the silver scales. So let's put this on. Now what I do with this fly screen, it's actually off one of those self fly screen doors with the weights on them, and it's got these bars down the middle of it every inch or so. So what I do, I get the main middle bar down the back, down the middle of the back. So there, that will then give me, as you can see, that'll give me more. I'll just see if we can tighten it up a bit. Less obstruction on the side there, so the scales are more clarified, see? So anyway, and I can paint over that back, that bar on the backbone, which I will. Alright, so we're going to put this in place. Now just making sure. The beauty of this fly screen is that you can actually, you need 10 fingers with it. Let's try that again. Just get that middle over the back, and there we go. We'll try the middle first. And we're going to put this is just a bulldog clip. We used to do them, but this is how I still do them. There we go. And that clips on to the eyelet underneath the middle of the bait. Now I'm going to put another one down the back just to tighten that up. Like that. There we go. And then it's still a bit loose. That's alright. So then we'll just tighten that up. I've got little ones here somewhere. Little ones. Bend over in front of you. And I've got these here that I'll put on the top. It doesn't matter. And one at the back on the top. And that'll keep it nice and tight without being over restrictive or what you're really going to look out for doing this system is that it can scratch the undercoat. But anyway, we'll try and avoid that. So there it is, ready to go. It's just basic. So I'll just get the silver in the gun. I'm using a wire water clips. I'm really getting fond of this this little air gun. It's a beauty. I'll just check something while I'm at it. Yep, all good. So probably won't take that long to do this, but we'll give it our best shot. So we're going to use the clips. That's a 0.35 needle in it. And we're going to use the silver. I've already made up the silver, as I do. We'll just stir that up a bit. Let it settle a lot. Mix this with the reducer, and we'll just pour that in. Pour that in the chamber, like so. Okay. There we go. And we're going to put the scales on. Okay, so here we go. What I do with this, I'll try and put down a couple of coats. A bit of a sniffle today. That should be okay. Alright, so that's it. That's the scales done. I'll just clean out that chamber. Okay. And what I do, just a reminder with the cleaning up process, I do it between all the colours, so it just makes the gun a bit more respectable for the next colour. I just use water, and I might put a little bit of detergent in there, not always, but I just squirt that in, like that, and I just blast it through. Some colours will be a little bit aggressive and stick, like the black. You know, the black and the white. I think the white does it. But you just get the tissue or a cotton wool bud in there and clean it out a bit, and it helps. So I'll just blast that through a bit. Okay. So leave that there. Right, so the next application, we're going to put some bars on the side with the Laguna blue, and I've got my mask here. There we go. And I'll just put it on this sponge. It just helps it a bit and lines it up, so that's what we'll do. We'll put the blue on there, and off we go. So I'll put the blue in first. Here we go. Should be enough. It's only one lure. Okay, so here we got our mast. This is the mast I use for the juvenile bass and other things. I like it. Okay, and we'll just go over the scale mast too. There we go. I'll just wipe down that stencil. Try to keep things a little bit clean. I'll just dry that off. And we'll do the other side. Now this is the hardest part, is lining it up to be even, but you know, it doesn't really matter, I suppose. I try my best to be a little bit pedantic about it, but sometimes it doesn't work. Okay, so just get that lined up. I'll just check that again. Oh, another tangle there. That's about there. Okay. About it, and try that. Hey, how's that? Alright, I'm happy with that. It's a nice colour, this one. Right, so we'll just dry that off. And now we can take that off. We'll take all this off. Let's try and without touching it too much. There we go. There, that's it. So that's good, that's worked out alright. There's no smudges or whatever, especially with the silver. Alright, so now we'll take that, I'll put that aside. We don't need this again. And come back to the camera. Yeah, this is coming up alright. I'll just put some blue on the back. There we go. And being a detailed colour, it tends to be nice, it puts on a nice coverage on the blanks. There we go, that's enough. And we'll just dry that off. Okay, so we're finished with the blue. I'll just clean that out. I might use a bit of cotton wool on that too. This colour, or the detailed colours, they tend to be fairly for them. See? Pass that through. So well, it's coming up okay. It's coming up good. So what we're going to do next is put some black on the eyes. We always do that just to bring out the colours of the eyes a bit. And it looks mean too, you know. You've got to give these lures a fighting chance out there. And also we'll put some black dots around the gill. Alright, so get that. A little bit left in there, so I'll just clean that out with tissue. There we go. Alright, so I'm just going to put the black on the eyes. This is a detail black. Just give it a little mix. That's it. Now if you're going to like these videos, which a lot of you have, can you do us a favour? There should be a little button there saying like. Can you press it, say, a dozen times, and that'll activate the algorithm a bit, and therefore we'll get a better response. So if you can do that for us, and subscribe, of course, but hit that little like button and hit it a dozen times, and that'll wake up the algorithm, and hopefully that'll get that going. Alright, so that's my advertisement of the session. Just put that black in the chamber. Got a lot of black in there, but anyway. Alright, so now I'm going to put some black on the eyes. I just got this down at low pressure. That's better, isn't it? You know, just boom, bang, sets it off a bit. In fact, that pressure's still a little bit high. That's okay. Now, I'll just dry that off, and so I can put the little mask on. There we go. So I haven't gone overboard there. I've just put the black on the eyes. I haven't gone over the nose or anything. Just left it. Now we get our little dot stencil here. And this is nothing fantastic. It just puts a little extra dots on the gill there. It's something I do, like probably more of a trademark than anything. That's it, that'll do. And one over the other sides. Yeah, they're not bad stencils, these Whitmore Farms. Pretty good. You get some good patterns out of them. This one's my core. They're from America. There you go. It's a bit low, but it's okay. Alright, so we've got that one. Dry that off a bit. Right, so that's what we're up to at the moment. That alligator clip's a bit gummed up. Okay, so that's what we're up to. It's coming up good. Now, what we're going to do is get the black out. We'll finish with the black. And I'm going to clean that out, and I'll put some red under the tail. I don't know if you're aware of this. Red is a trigger colour at certain depths, and it brings on aggression, and especially in the spawning season. Apparently pink does the same thing too, but like most colours it won't be seen down too deep, probably down about 5 feet, which is a good thing for this little John, because they go down about 5 to 7 feet, maybe a bit more, but they're great lures. I stand by the Little Johns. They always bring on the bite, without a doubt. So now we're going to put a little bit of red in here, just a little bit. We don't need a lot. I'll put a bit of the juicer in there too, because this colour, for some reason, is very thick. It's wicked red. Lovely colour, but I think that'll do. Yep. What I'll do now is I'll just get a little stirring stick in there. So might be a bit thick. Perfect. Okay, so what I do with this, I normally take it off the helping hands. I just do it manually. Like that. That's all we need. That's it. Nothing fancy. And we'll just dry that off. There we go. And now we're going to put the eyes on it. I'll sign it later on and get it ready for its top coat, and we'll show you in the real world what it looks like. If you're new to the channel, the real world segment is basically I take these lures finished out into the sunlight and give you a better look at how they look in the real world. That's my theory, and therefore you can see the real colours come out as if you're going to use it or you're ready to use it. Let's give that a blast there. That red is a little bit sticky. It's a bit of the details paints, they do tend to stick a bit. I'll try and get them out as much as I can. That needs a better clean, but I can do that later on. I'll just put some water in there, and that'll keep it pliable. Just leave it up there. That's it. I might get another one of those guns. Even. Okay, so now eyes. Now what I'm using with eyes, let's check something here. Okay, trusty eyes tin here. Now these take like a half eye, not a full eye, it's a half eye. You can buy them, but what I do, I make them. And what I used on the others, let's get one of these over here, you can have a look. What I used, that's a painted one, let's leave it. There we go. Here's another one that I use. I use the yellow on this, just to set it off a little bit. Alright, so we'll do the same with this one. Just got to find them. I think that's them. Yep, got them. There we go, a sheet of them. These are supposed to be size 6, but I reckon they're 5. They're not really a 6. But they'll do. They'll do the job. Now what I do, I don't know if you can see this, but what I'll do, I'll just get a knife and I'll just go down the middle there, and close to it, like that. And I'll just press hard. I'll get on to a harder surface actually. And we'll just try and, there we go. So now, if you can see that, I've actually cut that in two. There we go. And now you see the half of that eye. So now that's easily done. Now we go to, I always use super glue. I'll tell you why. When I started doing these lures, I used to not use super glue, and I used to put the eyes on relying on their sticky backing. And when I put the epoxy on, sometimes it would lift the eye and move it around the lure, which was really awkward because I had fiddly and just drove me crazy. So what I do now is I glue them on, and they're on. Just a bit of glue there, that's a bit too much. Just comes out fast, this certainly. There we go. And we're going to put this on. You can see that. Just put it in position. There we are. That's one. It comes out really fast. There we go. There we go, we got the other one on. I'll just line it up. There we go. So there it is. That is a ice pick, and that's what I'm calling them, ice pick, because of its look, I suppose. I just think it looks like and will be an ice pick. Okay, so anyway, that's what I'm doing. I'll sign them off and finish them off with a coat or two of epoxy, and we'll show you this one in the real world later on when it all dries and sets. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, that's the latest one. I've got another one coming up that I've created, and we'll get that one on film for you, and we'll take it from there. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. I did. I love doing this. It's a great hobby, and very satisfying when you get fish on it, of course. So it'll be interesting to get a few photos of this one, of what's happening out there. Alright, thanks very much, and we'll catch you in the next one. Okay, see you, bye.